I think KIS is a school that, while still maturing as it's a younger international school, has so many well-developed teams and systems in place, and from what I've seen of the international school world, is farther along in its journey. I've been really impressed with the teams that I've seen. I think KIS is a school that, while still maturing as it's a younger international school, has so many well-developed teams and systems in place, and from what I've seen of the international school world, is farther along in its journey in terms of the programs, its identity, and its curriculum than a lot of its fellow schools across the world. And so being a part of that, to help a youngish school continue to grow, to continue to develop, and to continue to refine itself and its programs, it's a great opportunity.
Thank you.
My name is Denise Brome, and I am currently in the MS English position at Korea International School. It's a long story how I got to Korea. So I never imagined myself being a teacher. I went to school for graphic design and I planned to work for Vogue. I was going to do layouts for Anna Wintour. And then I decided after university that I wanted to see the world before I started on my career path. So I decided to teach ESL in Taiwan. And I fell in love. I found my passion and I'm like, I need to be a teacher. So I went back to school and I got my master's degree in elementary education. I started at Korean public school and then I moved over to KIS. I've taught many different grades at KIS because I feel like if you stay in a grade for too long, you don't learn as much or you don't grow as much. So I like different challenges. So I've taught 4th grade for 2 years. I've taught 2nd grade for 4 years. I've taught middle school for 2 years, and then I'm going to be moving back to 5th grade next year. Yeah, I could probably talk about an hour or two about what I love about being a teacher. You get to learn every day, and I'm super passionate about learning. It's not a surprise that I'm in a place where you can learn every day.
I think you can be more compassionate if you have a clearer picture. Well, I think history has a particular role to play in helping develop empathy, which I see as a facet of compassion. Understanding, the forces, understanding the events that have shaped groups of people, nations, and so I think you can be more compassionate if you have a clearer picture of where people are coming from. So I think sort of it's the job of the historian the history student to sort of look for the complexity and look for the nuance. And if you can start to do that with a particular historical period or subject, I think that'll transfer over to the way you see people, because then you can start. You'll sort of instinctively know when you meet someone, there's more to this person than just what I see before me. I need to take the time to dig a little bit deeper, ask good questions, listen, and really get to know somebody beyond just sort of these simple sort of reflexive categories.
So I am Austin Schmidt. I am a 1st grade teacher here at Korea International School. This is my 1st year in Korea. Global citizenship for me is huge. Just as growing up, I was in a fairly Eurocentric environment. Everyone in my middle school, high school, and for most of my college, we all had similar backgrounds. We were never really exposed to outside cultures. And so then when I started traveling, I just kind of fell in love with all of the different ways that just people are and how there is no right way to do X, Y, or Z. Everyone has their own way. Every culture, what makes them unique is what makes them powerful. And I try to bring that into my classroom and have kids celebrate where they're from, what makes them special, and how we are one big global community.
Hello, my name is Christy Yang and I teach high school Chinese. And empowerment is also important. In Chinese class, we all know that there are lots of characters in Chinese, right? Over 50,000 Chinese characters. If we are teaching the kids those in single content, it will take forever. We probably want to teach them the skill on acquire those characters by themselves by dividing those characters into different parts and teach them the essential parts, which we call radical. And by looking at the radicals, they probably can predict a new character by themselves and try to guess their meaning in a context. So that kind of empowerment is more important than memorizing individual characters. There is a Chinese saying, you offer someone fish, instead of offering someone fish, it's better to teach that person how to fish, so the person will get the skill and then can fish by himself. That's what I believe. So they're all important.